On this episode of American Detour, our V6 to V8 swap 1994 Chevy Silverado finally does what I've been promising it would do for the last like 3 years. Actually run and drive under its own power. So now we're down to the small things that are absolutely destroying me. Let's review. So we've got a drive shaft we gotta measure for, we gotta mount the bed. Our fuel system, I have to change out the shitty piece of shit, 6 pound per 12-hour garbage plastic fuel pump. Leaf ring bolts, put together rear end, I need to put the pumpkin cover on it, add fluid, it's not a big deal. I weld up the diff, and let me tell you, they did well right there. There. Go down.
Well, that just fell out of there. I just bought this and it's already broke.
This is not toxic.
Oh, that is bitey.
First thing I know we need to do is measure for that drive shaft, get that damn thing here.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
This is my first time actually measuring for a drive shaft, so I really don't know what is going on here. 69.5 inches.
We got the measurements that we need. Output shaft stick out is 11/16. Tail house to U-joint center is 69 3/4. And our output shaft spline count is 32 splines. Now the next thing we need to worry about is our U-joint, because whoever's going to be making our drive shaft is going to want to know what U-joint we need for our rear end. So I'm going to show you a little bit on how to measure that, kind of explain it some. So I already measured the cap diameter, and so that was 1.125. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to measure between the outside cap to the other outside cap, but the issue is I'm missing the other cap. So to alleviate that issue, first thing we're going to do is going to take our mics and measure between these without a cap on it whatsoever, 3.35, and now we'll measure with the cap on the one side. And that is 3.48. And all we got to do is subtract the two, find the difference. And what that's going to do is it's going to tell how much room this is taking up as opposed to just this length. It's showing how much this is adding. So if we get that difference, which is 0.13, and then you multiply that by 2, which is 0.26. Then we add that 0.26 to this measurement, which was 3.35. So it's 3.35 plus 0.26, which gives us a total diameter or length here of 3.61. So that is our distance with 2 caps on here. So we got that measurement. But now we have to find a sheet that gives us different GM U-joints, so we can just find the series that this is, and then when we call them, instead of giving them all these measurements, we can just say, hey, we have a series 1310 or 1370 or whatever it may be. Okay. Got some big box of parts. I got Hubert's lemonade from Subway. Okay, it is without a doubt an absolute fact that Hubert's lemonade from Subway, best lemonade there is. This stuff is killer. So anyway, I drank a little too much one night and decided to buy everything off the Summit Racing website. I got like a, I think this is 17 foot. I have to look later. I think it's 17 foot red wire here because I'm gonna probably put the battery in the cab. Diff cover gasket. Diff cover bolts. Sway bar end link. So I wanted the cheapest sway bar end link I could find. These are hard plastic. I don't know. These are some of the nicest aftermarket repop tail lights for an OBS Chevy that I've ever seen. These are really nice. And the awesome thing is, I'm gonna put LED lights in there, bulbs. Christmas without you. I have the drive shaft on order. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the battery mounted up. Haven't wired my tack up yet. You'll have that on these big jobs. Now that I've had like 5 visitors today and it's literally 7 o'clock at night, I can finally start something and get, attempt to get something done. So we're gonna start off with the battery relocation. Biggest reason is so I can have a kill switch in here. I mean, I could have it out there if the battery's out there, but I should not have eaten that spicy Italian. Believe me, I'm gonna need cardboard to wipe afterward. Now I need to take the seat out. My carpet finally arrived. Honestly, I'm not really sure why, but I'm in this massive rush to just push and get this damn thing done and on the road. Pull this bad dude out of here as fast as we possibly can. Oh God. Oh, Queen Elizabeth, that's a dead weight. Stop. You shouldn't be laughing at things like that. That's just not nice. I found that it's more productive at some point to just throw everything away that's in here. Even if it's like something you think you might need, chuck it. You're not gonna need it. All right, now this has been laying outside for a while. This is gonna be a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie to you. So many things I gotta cut out, fit into place. Now we can start laying her down a little bit better. Look how beautiful this carpet turned out. Like, this seriously turned out so freaking well. Next thing is I got our little battery box over here. I'm gonna put that in the cab here and then get it mounted in and everything. And then connect our terminals to the starter out there, into our bus bar on the firewall, and then call that a night for tonight. So I'm sure you can tell we've got the old Engelberter 9000 on right now because it's a little chilly in Ohio right now. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to put the battery in here to really find out how I'm gonna make this work. Don't let somebody else tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Because you got a dream, you should chase it. Because you'll never know if that dream will come out or not, come out as true. But the only way you're gonna find out is by doing it. And once again, 9 out of 10 times, if you want it bad and you work your ass off to get there, you're honest to yourself and you're real to yourself, you'll get it. Okay, last Adele clamp, let's go. Shit, I think I ran out. Ah, damn it. Well, it's about 2:30. Honestly, I anticipated being done like 8. But once more, people showed up. And dude, it's just like I'm being hit with everything that, like, I'm being tested by God himself right now. Like, let's see what you're made of. What can you do? What can you finish? The good story is our drive shaft will be here in a week, a little less than a week actually. Once I get the battery terminal ran to the starter, we will hook up our accessory wire. At least that's what I'm gonna call it. It goes to our little bus bar right here. Get a new fuel pump, I suggest you look at the instructions because I imagine this was like a 26 or 30 psi pump. It's actually a 7 psi pump, but it's a high volume. So meaning that however much your engine intakes the fuel, sucks it up and everything, this will be able to feed it. I'm gonna put this in and I'm gonna rewire this a little bit because I don't like my wire routing. So I'm gonna rewire it a little bit and then we're gonna fire it up, let the engine run some, get up to temp, and then give it some revs and make sure she runs fine with it. It's time to find out if our fuel pump works. I'm gonna throw it on and then start the truck, make sure it supplies it while it's running. There's the fuel pump. And I forgot to put our fuel line on, so I just poured gas everywhere. interior is almost, well, it's pretty much fully put together. Besides, yes, I know the tack is not wired, but our shifter is in, which this thing is awesome. So this shifter was out of a square body my dad had. It had a much more intense angle to it. It was a lot longer, but I really wanted the shifter in here, so I put like 2 little slits in it and then bent it a little bit straight and then cut it down, and now it's, I mean, it's perfect in here. We're finally at the point where you can actually bleed brakes. I got the rear diff cover on, I put the little distribution block on the back, and then I noticed that my front reservoir was completely dry. So I just filled it up anyway, pressed the brakes, and then both crush gaskets on the front calipers squirting everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Luckily though, for me, like a year ago, I bought crush gaskets. I'm gonna change these bad boys out. Wait, why does it say fits Ford Lincoln Mercury? God damn it. This might be the same one. Oh shit, it is the right one. All right, press down.
Slowly?
No, it's kind of, oh, yep, that's my fault.
Well, now that I've stripped every single bleeder on the back, I'm gonna heat the shit out of them until they're like cherry red and then put vice grips on them. Okay, no, that's gonna burn me. Dick. I'm gonna die.
All the bleeders completely stripped. And I want to come down to this, but now I'm gonna have to try and loosen the actual hard line going into the wheel cylinder. That. I go ahead and pump it like 3 times or so, and then, and then hold it.
Holding.
Keep holding.
Okay, to give a quick update, our drive shaft is in. I've mounted our transmission. I've got our throttle cable in, throttle return spring on and everything. And I didn't record that, and I apologize, but I didn't record it because there's a lot of small things I just needed to get done, and it would have taken me all day to get them done. I was also filming and whatnot, and I really want to get this truck driving this weekend. All we've got to do now is start it and put it in gear and see if the tires will move. I've got the rear end on jack stands. Just to make sure everything works first before we try to, you know, scoot it on out of the garage. I'll be honest, I am freaking the fuck out right now. I am so nervous that something's gonna break or go wrong. Okay, I got the battery hooked up, everything's hooked up, everything's good. Here we go, I guess. That did not go as planned. It fired up for us once, and then I accidentally bumped off the fuel pump, and our starter has all but completely shit itself. This thing's shot. If I'm not mistaken, we have one in our garage or our barn, so I'm probably gonna go grab that and throw it in here. So let me grab that real quick and we'll swap it out.
Negative 30,000 degrees. It's a little chilly this morning. And I'm out here stealing starters. Of course, that's not the right size. Perfect.
Now, if I'm lucky, this whole starter will just fall out and then hit me in the face. So, with any luck at all, I'll end up in the ER. Oh, I definitely can't believe it's not butter. Now that I'll never fix this, I'm gonna have to part out the truck at this point. Well done, Hunter. You've outdid yourself. There we go. All right, let's go. It actually might be out of gas. So anywho, I'm attempting to put in like 3-year-old gas. That's 100% bad, but okay, fuel's in the truck. All thing left is just start it. And how I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna start it and then go out there, make sure there's no leaks or anything. And then we'll check to make sure that the transmission, everything's working just fine. Hell yes. Hell yes.
Okay, fellas, we got ourselves a fire extinguisher and my right foot, and we're gonna see if she'll scooch on out of the garage here. Now, this isn't gonna be out the garage and down the road. This is literally forward, back in. Baby steps, all right? Baby steps. All right, here we go. That was a really rough first test drive, but that was awesome. To be completely Fox News with you, fair and balanced, that test drive was rougher than a stucco bathtub. Exhaust is dragging, tires rubbing, truck shutting off because the timing's not right just yet. No power steering, but those are all things that can be fixed pretty easily and not with a lot of money. We can actually close the chapter now and start a new chapter. All right. Well, I need to get this thing in the garage somehow before the sun goes down. I could probably attempt to drive it into the garage right now, but it's like 7 o'clock and nobody wants to hear this thing run and shut off and run and shut off. And I don't know how much more battery I have left because I don't have the alternator hooked up either yet.